Alrighty then, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good whatever time of day
Hello.
it happens to be. Hello. Hope you guys are doing well. My name is Michael, I am the Dead Aussie Gamer, and welcome to Dungeons & Dragons Curse of Strahd. In this game, we of course are playing with our delightful Patreons, whom you can see over in the corner here, who support the channel, help me keep the lights on, and of course get to enjoy this wonderful game that we share. Good evening, everyone.
Hello!
All right.
Hello!
I am super excited to get this game going, but before I do, I want to give a very special shout out to none other than Karen. My name is Karen. Thank you so much for the gifted subs to the community, to Aaron, aka Beans, Esriel, and of course the dear and wonderful Pennant. Guys, you are amazing, and thank you so much. Now, to answer a couple of questions, which of course Chu has just brought up. Yes, there has been an earthquake in Australia. No, I'm on the other side of the continent. So I'm fine. I have reached out to a few of my friends, and from what I understand, the earthquake was a 6.8 scaled earthquake that happened in over east. And thus far, there have been no reported deaths. Just some property damage and the like. And of course, if you know Australian and how well we build our houses for absolute catastrophes, that is actually not very surprising that we have had no deaths and a lot of property damage. So yeah, we're not worried. No one's kind of like, oh my god, it's the apocalypse. You know, not like when our country was on fire, right? That was a whole other thing. But for the most part,
right?
I just want you guys to know.
So that,
yeah, me and Tim at least we're okay. We're fine.
yeah. So that was over by you then, Charles, right?
Yeah, the ones that matter are fine.
Yeah, and Charles is clearly here.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah, it's pretty far south from me, so yeah, I'm pretty good ways away.
Yeah.
Charles thought he just had bad gas.
Could you imagine letting one rip just as
Charles
the
was the
earthquake
one
hit?
who created it.
Oh, that'd be amazing. All right, anyway, I digress. Thank you so much, everyone. Now, let us get into today's session because we are running a little bit behind time. So, very, very quickly, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to the cast that is going to be playing. Let's start from the bottom this time. Let's go with the ever-delightful McKinley playing the role of Esther, the changeling cleric. Cleric. Yeah. See, I play Pathfinder so much, I always think you're an oracle because of the whole fortune-telling thing. But I know you're not. But you are. How are we doing today, Mac?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
I am fantastic, thank you. Also, and I'm going. Like I said, we're going to zip through these, but I am going to let everyone know that at the end of the stream, we are going to share a little video that Mac made. So do stick around to the end of the stream to go and see that, so that we can embarrass her, because that's what we are doing. We are embarrassing Mac. No, it's actually amazing. It's actually low-key, legit amazing. All right. Next up, of course, we have Tim the Valiant playing the role of the whimsical
Yay!
Demiro, our satyr bard. Good evening, Tim.
Evening, Michael.
Are you looking forward to today's game?
Yes, I look forward to these.
Are you gonna keep playing in that goddamn frickin' winery, or are we gonna actually go and explore Barovia this week? What do you reckon?
We've got a few more things.
A few more things to find out. Yeah.
Actually.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Cool. Just wanted to make sure. Next up, of course, all the way from over east, we have Charles from Iron Ghost Gaming playing the role of Argento, our Dragonborn Paladin. Good evening, sir.
How's it going?
I'm doing absolutely splendiferously. I cannot wait to see Argento getting back into full schmacking action following the last few games, which have been.
Yes.
Well, I mean, there was a Hydra, but I mean, you know what I mean. Like, just get back into kicking ass and taking names.
That's it.
Next up, of course, we have the delightful Vagog, being played by Immersion Diversion, or as we like to call him, Neil, or as we also like to call him, the group's permanent red shirt, who plays the role of our Chronomancer Goliath. Good evening, sir. How are we?
Hello, I am wonderful. How are you?
I am doing splendid. More so that a hype train just started. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for kicking off the hype train.
Oh my gosh.
Now, here is the catch. For our hype trains for these particular games, we have something very special. For every level of the hype train that we manage to achieve, the group gets one of what is called a free pass. Their free passes can be used to avoid death. They can be used to re-roll. They can be used literally for anything, and the group has to share these 5 points during the course of this game. So just FYI, if you guys push that hype train, you can save a life. There you go. That's what we get. All right, and usually it'll be Vagog. So there you go. And of course, last but certainly not least, playing the role of Ipselius, our I don't even remember what you are. A tiefling?
No. I'm a hybrid. I'm
a
Simic
hybrid. That's right. Yes, you're a Simic hybrid. Nope, it's gone.
Ranger.
That's right. A Simic hybrid.
I'm a demon hunter.
Yes.
I'm a hunt them demons.
Hunting them demons, yo. And you have you've got a new friend, actually.
I do.
You have a new friend. It's a tiny little fruit man, which are now called the officially called Fruit Loops, which are these tiny little homebrew gremlins that we've made. Of like just tiny watermelons filled with fruit that apparently just have one power, and it's that they're delicious. So there you go. Guys, also a very big shout out and thank you to, of course, Dana for the resubscription, and I am terrified. To, of course, Noria and to Ire Janasi for the wonderful bit donation. Thank you guys so much. Now, before we get into today's game, our new friend, Kyle, has some very exciting news that he'd like to share. So we're going to throw the ball over to you to share said news and hopefully share some links and do some cool stuff.
Ooh, yay. There is, so there's two things. One is we are kicking off a fabulous Kickstarter with friends of ours. It's called Token Tales. Please go, and it's not live yet, but please go over there and sign up to get the little message when it is live. It is a fabulous and inexpensive way to substitute tokens for all of the minis. So you can have minis, but it's much less expensive than that. So you can have tons of tokens if you need like big mob action or something like that. So and you can customize them, so you can have really cool things. Like I've got some where it's it's me on one side and then my character on the other, so I can determine when it's in character or out of character when I'm chatting. Fun things like that. The other thing is that in 2 weeks, we are going to be starting a Wheel of Time campaign on our channel to celebrate the upcoming series on Amazon. So it's going to be a limited run 7-week thing, and then we're going to do a big watch party for the premiere. So very excited about that. I'm so excited to do that. So if you love Wheel of Time, definitely come over and say hello.
Very, very cool. And we will obviously have stuff like that as well available on the Discord for you guys to check out a little closer to the date, so that you guys can stay on top of everything. So there you go. Now, real quick, I would also like to give a very special thank you to Kethra Moonsea, Crafty Emerald Phoenix, and of course, my name is Karen, for those wonderful bits. And just a very, very special shout out. Very special. Just for you. Hey, Darkora. Thanks for the sub. You're awesome. There you go. All right. So, that's it. We're done. We've done all the promos. We've done all the plugs. Let's get into today's game. Of course, as we wind up the music, we would like to, of course, thank the wonderful people responsible. That is, of course, none other than Hero Forge for the wonderful tokens that you can see. And you can now see Ipselius in all of his full winged glory. You can also... We can also thank Fantasy Grounds for the wonderful VTT, and of course, Sirenscape for the wonderful tunes that we will be enjoying. Now, when last we left our epic adventurers, they had managed to make their way back into the vineyard surrounding the Wizards of Wine, while trapped within the realm of Barovia. With their new companion in tow, they believe themselves to be able to get through this next chapter, hopefully putting to rest the the banshee that now lies before them. As they prepare themselves, confronting this horrendous creature. Who went forward? One of you guys went forward, didn't you?
I did.
Yes.
Yeah, Demiro did.
Demiro, you have stepped forward to engage.
Well, I did we finished off, I think, with a persuasion.
Yes.
Yeah.
With your persuasion check, could you recap for our lovely audience what your poetic words were to this banshee?
Can I?
You can rephrase if you would like, or
I'm
paraphrase.
trying to remember. Does anyone else remember? I've had a big week.
Hey, hey, baby, what's up? You poltergeist here often?
Yeah.
I think Esther right
It
now.
was.
Esther.
You basically supported and introduced yourself as you do, and said that we kind of understand why you're still here, and we want to help you move on from it. And
Wasn't it the same? Oh, sorry. I was gonna say, wasn't it the same banshee that they like fought before?
Yep,
the two
yep.
of them?
It was.
Yeah.
All right.
That sounds about right.
Okay. So, as the banshee leans in, I'm gonna get you to make me a diplomacy check or a persuasion check.
Well. So did the thing that I do have any consequence besides me?
Look. So
very
I
angry?
am a professional GM, and I know exactly what you're referring to. But for the audience members who weren't here last week, what did you do that would have a reaction?
So I have what we are now calling the Ring of Bad Decisions, and I made a bad decision, and I attempted to connect emotionally, empathetically with this banshee.
Yes.
In order to calm them down, and I failed the wisdom check, which means I am now enraged. And I assume that means that the banshee is now just sort of has some steely resolve.
Oh yeah.
I think it
Well,
actually
this now comes down to Demiro's persuasion. As you
so
are reflecting
I,
the banshee's emotions, if he fails this, then
So I did make that last week, and you said that it caused the banshee to pause somewhat rather than immediately attack.
yes. And now we're making another one.
Okay.
But again, this is
All right.
fun.
Yeah.
Okay, with a dirty 20. As Demiro speaks, Ipselius, you feel a deep-seated jealousy suddenly rising within your belly. As you see Demiro, you can't help but want to just strangle him. But suddenly another feeling comes over to you. It is self-guilt. You feel sadness deep within you. The pain that you are feeling doesn't come from Demiro, but from yourself. You hate yourself. You're ugly. Things weren't supposed to be this way, but only if you were better. Maybe then Demiro would be paying attention to you and not paying attention to some ghost woman, some hussy ghost woman.
As Ipselis did not grow up with any sort of coaching for dealing with emotions. He just doesn't know what to do with this. So he is going to now suddenly, I don't think he's ever had a moment like of this kind of introspection that wasn't, what is my weakness and how do I get rid of it? This sort of, oh God, I'm ugly. Oh God, no one likes me. Oh God. So he is going to sit down on the ground, and he is going to pull a piece of fruit out of his new friend and pet his new friend and just sort of rock back and forth and pet his new friend and say, "You think I'm pretty, don't you? You think I'm pretty, don't you?
All right.
You love me."
Jesus. Okay. The rest of the group is suddenly drawn by Ipselius's sudden outburst. The attention very swiftly being drawn to the crouching, semi-fetal, systemic hybrid, who is now cradling a sentient watermelon. What's your response to this?
I look at the banshee. What did you do?
All right, you accuse the banshee of it. The banshee is very quickly losing its cool. Anyone else's reaction?
I will talk to the banshee rather than to Ipsilus, because what he's saying sounds like it may not be coming from him.
Sure, makes perfect sense.
In the middle of a field, it's just. I mean, I haven't known him that long, but it does seem a bit odd for him to suddenly sit down in front of a banshee and start doing that.
Yep, it does seem very out of character for the little time that you've known him.
And I will attempt to reassure the banshee that that we would like to help her move on, and that it's not her fault that she's stuck here.
Ooh, I like that one. Roll a persuasion with advantage. The advantage comes from the insight that you are gaining from Ibselius, that he must be using the mood ring, and it must be reflecting how the banshee feel. Well, I mean,
my minimum is a 10. Though. So
your minimum is a 10?
Yeah.
Okay, so that'd still be 18, which would still fail just. That being said, you do have 2 points that have been acquired from the hype train from earlier, which of course comes courtesy of our lovely audience members. So if you want, you may use that in order to either re-roll with advantage, or...
Now, I don't know what I require, but could I use my masterpiece song to add a +1 luck bonus to the roll?
Yeah, totally. Oh, hang on 1 second. So, Laura Bones has redeemed an auto reroll from you, and Io Janasi has given the entire group a inspiration point.
Oh my god.
So, thank you, Io, and thank you, Laura. So, Demira, let's start with your reroll, but also remember that everyone now also has a inspiration that they can use at any point during today's game.
Well, I mean, since we got a bought reroll, I would like to still add the masterpiece song.
Sure, not a problem.
To it anyway.
All right.
Yeah.
Nice.
27.
All right. As the banshee starts to cry, it looks as though she's about to scream, but just before she does, she stops and releases a soft sob. As she does, she places her hands on her eyes and begins to cry. The tears that run down her face cause her skin to almost break apart like chalk from a plaster wall. They fall to the ground, revealing a less pallid color, almost like her pinkness is growing from the eyes. She says, I never meant for it to happen. I didn't know. I didn't know he'd only come to meet his sister. I thought he was seeing someone behind my back. I wouldn't listen. And somewhere I knew that it was my fault. But I was so angry. He could have told me. He could have said something. But it was me to blame. You're right. The past should stay dead. She leans forward, and Demiro, she kisses you on the lips. And as she does, your eyes roll into the back of your head. Your skin goes pale. And as you refocus your eyes, you watch as she disappears. And Ipsilis, your waves of emotion stop crashing on you.
Ipsilis is just going to fall on his side and just start throwing up. Like, he's never experienced any sort of emotion like that. He has no concept of how to deal with that.
We're gonna start patting your back right around there, for
all right.
Emotional support.
As this happens, Demiro, you gain a once per campaign power. Your once per campaign power is if you lock lips with someone, you may choose to force them to make a DC 20 fort save or die.
What?
Oh, damn.
This, of course, does not have any effect on the undead or those resistant, and that is resistant or immune to death effects.
So it won't work on my guard. No,
DC 20 save.
Yeah.
Or die.
There you go. So you have that, and it is called... And it is called the Banshee's Regret. That is the power that you have now acquired.
Oh my god.
All right. So, with the Banshee now somewhat disrupted, and a quiet calm now falling over the Wizards of Winery, our heroes once again set out into the wilderness of Barovia.
With the GM no longer asking where they want to go.
Yes, I've given up. You are no longer allowed to go anywhere you want. You now enter Strahd's castle. Strahd wonders where you've been, kicks you in the face, and you all make new characters. No.
Yay.
Yeah.
I would like to point out that my character now has a white streak in his hair that was not there this morning.
Ooh. You're going to make me change your hair fudge, Mini. I see. Bold
Yeah,
choice.
that's right.
Bold choice
That's
for the
right.
start of my for your second game.
Yeah, I'm gonna
It's like
ruin
really
your
changing my
day.
character name for a brief 2-3 seconds.
It's like, yes, my character also transforms into a goblin warlock. What? No, I just...
That's right.
All right.
He transforms into a watermelon thingy.
All right. So, you begin to make your journey, moving away from the Wizards of Wine, heading towards the northeast. You are still destined to travel towards Strahd's castle, and make your way following the road that I will now share with you on the map. Hopefully you guys can see Esther's Mini is acting as my placeholder for you guys. As you make your way around, you pass by what looks to be a large bridge. You recall that this is the bridge that you had knocked the troll Gorgut from, and he had raced down the river all the way... no, actually, no, this isn't it. No, that's the end.
Yeah.
You're not at that bridge. Different bridge. You're at a different bridge.
Full of lies and
This is
deceit.
where we fought the...
This is where we got
we had the
tracked.
werewolves coming.
Yes. This is where you fought
We
the
got
werewolves.
chased by the dragon.
That is correct. Now, from here, you reach another crossroads. To your left, you can cut through the woods back towards the tower. Though there's no real need for you to do so, that is simply the direction that lies to the north. To the south directly is a path around or through the Slavic woods, through what is known as the Tutsaki Pass, a badlands filled with just open spaces. You're not sure what's really there, but it's it's just kind of like this wide open plain. You haven't been told anything about what lies beyond those or the mountains that you can see to the south. To the south east, you can see a path that diverges towards the place that you have been told the Knights of the Silver Dragon seem to have come from, a place known as Argenvastholt. Which direction would you guys like to go?
I just looked to Argento and say, you were looking to go this way then, right? I think.
Yeah, I would just say, well, yes, I would like to go there eventually. I think the oath I gave to Argenvost when I was at Strahd's castle is something I want to keep eventually, but I think I don't know. I don't know if we must go there at this second. I think maybe it's just wise if we find Sir Tim or we did kind of leave him at the castle. And
So Lachlan said he was going to go and assist Sir Tim, I think.
Is-
didn't he?
True.
Where are these silver paladin things?
The guy just points down the path that way.
Hmm.
I guess they have like a stronghold over there.
Well, I think that we should go there.
And then I mentioned, I think that would actually be a good idea, Argento, as well as Ipsilis, just because they could actually help us in the fight against Strahd. as
of
well.
course,
Yes, exactly. Yes.
Plus, I have something to ask them as well when we get there. So, in that assistance. So,
Do tell.
Vagag tells you this long and arduous story as you make your way down the pathway towards Argenvastholt. The story is
I told him
riveting,
about the-
filled with twists and turns, and explicit detail that I'm sure Neil remembers.
Yeah, I mainly tell them the story of what I saw before me and Argento started running out of the room. With the whole, I saw Strahd inside of a painting, and he kind of talked to me.
Oh,
Yeah, I guess
well,
that's when you
strange.
heard me. That's when you heard me scream before you entered Argento. When I said I was like screaming at, and I said to stay away from the painting, or the mirror. Yeah. Yeah. So Strahd, I guess, isn't fond of what we're doing, and it sounds like he's going to be heading towards Vallaki at some point soon.
Yes. Well, I will say that I'm happy to go any direction. However, I think before we head into any place that we might see battle, it might be wise if we find somewhere to rest.
Yes.
Not a problem. The journey to Argynvastholt will take you a fair while, during which you may set up camp and rest. Everyone will receive a long rest. As in addition, during the course of the night, I presume each of you are setting up watches.
I'm actually gonna. I had I think 3 spell slots left to use snare, so I'm gonna have 3 snares set up.
Very well. You
And,
set up several snares.
And I asked Esther, back at the winery, my warhammer kind of broke, and I was hoping maybe you have some sort of spell or something you can do to mend it for me. Could you help me with this?
Oh, sure thing. What happened to it?
Well, we were fighting the big troll or whatever it was. I don't know. I can't remember. It was just we fought a lot of fights there. But anyhow, I misswung and struck the ground, and it kind of snapped the handle a little bit. So I just need the handle to be fixed to where I can use it again. Because if I use it now, I may lose it forever, and it's kind of sentimentally valuable to me.
Esther just nods, and I'm guessing you hand it to her.
Yeah, so I'll take it and give it to you.
She takes it and uses mending, and describe what it looks like, or would you rather?
You can go. Yeah, you can do it. You're doing the min thing. Make it cool. Glow? Does it glow now? Do I have a glowing warhammer? That would be great.
All the cracks are lit up now. They're tied together with light. Oh, that'd be cool.
Plutonium,
Yes,
don't worry.
I actually cast light instead of mending, but you don't realize.
Yes. It's just shining through the cracks.
Wait. But okay, so the mending is pretty simple. It looks weird at first because you just see this spool of thread appear, but the thread just kind of just etches through the crack and almost fills it like it fills it with a lacquer as it's going past with the thread.
Nice.
And you now have a better state warhammer.
Nice.
So Argento looks at it very pleased with everything, and it just basically says, "Wow, that was it's pretty amazing. That was pretty useful. I wish I could do that." But just kind of swinging it around, making sure it's
Just
still
start
got more.
smacking things to make sure it doesn't break.
Yeah.
As you take it and begin to swing it around, it does seem to be reasonably well put together. You thank Esther for the fine craftsmanship, and the rest of you continue your evening rituals. Some of you playing instruments by a roiling campfire, others attempting to cook a suitable meal. Some of you simply just stay in the company of tiny fruit people. Whatever it is that you do, it is not long before the night begins to envelop you. Despite there being no clouds and no sun, there is a certain weariness that wanders over each of you as you fall asleep. Now, I presume that each of you set up a watch, so I'd like someone in chat to roll me a d6. Sorry, so one of my players in the group chat. Yeah. I realize the language I use. My bad on that one.
Have we set up a watch rotation?
That's what we're looking at. So, at number 1, Ipselius, it is your watch.
Okay. Fabulous.
Okay. I need you to make me a perception check. Oops, ignore that.
All right, I'll do it. Oh dear, already there. So I don't have control of Ipsilus right now.
Oh, you don't?
Sadly.
Oh, right. I can give you control of Ipsilis. My apologies. I forgot to do that. I was making fun of him earlier on, like how he'd lost control of it. There you go. You should be able to use him now.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay. You know, that's okay. I could do that. I could free him anytime you want. I could let you use him. And then I just didn't. And
Now I can look at him too.
and here we go. Okay, there we go. All right. So, perception
All right.
check, if you would.
A perception check. Well, let's go over to skills and then hit perception, which I'm pretty good at. Now that I've said that, it's going to be terrible. And it is!
Cool. All right. You do not notice anything. Iron
I
Genasi,
sure don't.
thank you for the sub.
I'm really trying to learn how to communicate with my watermelon friend here.
Yeah, no, I can imagine. I can imagine. All right. So, in the middle of the night, you don't notice anything in particular until, of course, the end of your shift. At which point, could someone roll another d6 for me, please, in chat?
Uh-oh.
All of a sudden, 4 other people.
There you go.
Yeah.
4 was the first one up. So the next person on watch is Demiro. Demiro, can you make me a perception check?
Did you have a purple dice? That was cool.
Oh, and that's
Yeah!
All right. So,
Oh my god.
as you awaken Demiro, you see that apparently Vagag is sleeping out in the open with no sleeping bag, no supplies, no backpack, no bags, in fact, no clothes, no shoes, no weapons. He is bare-ass naked next to a bush, while Ipselius appears to be talking to a watermelon. Walking away with much of what Vagag owns.
Oh. I was like, what? How am I naked?
Oh
It's
my
Santa Claus.
Is a tiny asshole Santa Claus.
Reverse Santa Claus. You're supposed to leave things, you bastard.
All right.
Not take-
So Demiro, you see this as you wake up. He sort of looks at you. He has a whole bunch of Vagag's stuff, like, bindled up. Like, he's got, like, a huge kind of backpack thing he's carrying. And as he looks at you, he goes like this. He goes... and he keeps... and then he tries to tiptoe away.
Did you say something there? Because I lost that.
No, he just does the shh kind of thing. Puts a finger to his lips.
It is Vagag stuff, and there isn't much of it left.
There really isn't.
Uh,
Vagag's a bit cold. He kind of like is like a little bit fetal as he's like next to the fire.
um,
I'm used to it. We're rock people. No, I'm just kidding.
oh. I say, before you go,
He quickly.
just-
Do I hear him start talking?
Yeah, you see Demiro start talking.
Do I see who he's talking to?
You,
No, you
just
see all of
given,
Vagag's stuff in a bundle though.
You didn't even give us your name.
It's just fucking away.
He
I'm gonna draw my bow as soon as I see that.
okay.
Like that. My training just kicks in.
All right. Now, as that happens, all of a sudden you watch as the creature sort of like looks around. He looks like he's thinking very hard on what he wants to say. And just for the immersion, I'm going to disappear for a moment because I always find that this helps with immersion. All right, here we go. So,
Yeah, probably. I don't even know.
all right, there we go. All right, so all of a sudden you hear this. What do you want my? Oh, hang on, wait. What do you want my name for? You.
Wow.
What's your name?
Demiro Soundhood, of course.
That's a stupid name.
Well, I didn't create it.
Well, you better not have, because it's whoever named you that.
Can I? Is it possible for me to start slowly, like sneaking closer to this guy?
Oh, you giant cockroach! Stay where you are.
I will.
Otherwise, I'm
shoot
gonna cut you
in that.
in the-
I will shoot you in your filthy mouth. You hear me, you little bastard?
I can't help but notice that you've taken the gear from probably the person with the least of us. Could I perhaps interest you in a more lucrative trade?
What are you talking about? Esther.
How are Argento and I looking for this? Do we just wake up hearing this?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Logag's a hard sleeper.
Well, what you have there is probably worth, well, probably less than this gold coin, but perhaps you have something that might be of interest to us, and we can offer you something that's actually valuable.
Why would I care what's interesting to you, son of a...
I'm gonna try to use.
All right, sorry. Well, one at a time. Let's go.
My ring
Ipselis.
once again.
All right, Ipselis, I need you to make me a wisdom save.
Because I'm gonna get this ring to work. One day I'm gonna get it to work. It's gonna happen.
No,
Not today.
Not today.
That'd be too normal.
No, definitely not today. So Ipselis, as you are rubbing on the mood ring and looking and concentrating on this tiny creature, all of a sudden you are filled with the need to steal everyone's crap. Now, the first thing that you think of is you're not stealing stuff for greed. You're actually stealing stuff to mess with people. So you think about who, in your opinion, is the weakest person in the group.
All
Oh
this stuff
Lord.
just got taken. So.
Who has been oh God, in from what I've seen, who did the least amount of damage to the Hydra?
Ooh, probably Demira or Esther.
Okay, then I'm going to go over because Demiro is standing up right now. I'm going to start going over to Demiro as though I am a friend of his, and I'm just sort of checking out, seeing if there's any like weapons or instruments or anything that I can just grab.
All right, so Demira, while you're talking to this creature, Ipselis seems to like sort of walk next to you and just sort of seems to be just kind of eyeballing your stuff. You also see the mood ring glowing quite clearly.
Yes, and I mean, if he does try to do anything hostile, then the one of the few magic items I do have is the rapier of warning.
Oh yeah. No, right now there is no.
Oh.
Right now there is no hostility. At the moment, it feels more like this guy is just trying to steal crap.
Eyeballing.
Yeah. Esther.
As I said, can I try to read what's happening with Ipsilis at the moment? Can I see the mood ring glowing?
Oh yeah, absolutely. You've seen it happen enough times within the last 12 hours that I'm pretty confident you know what it looks like.
I'll just keep sort of sidestepping around and keep a distance between me and Ipselis.
Very, very well. So Esther, seeing that, what do you do?
I sit up and I just kind of look at Argento because we're the last two. Is Vigog still asleep?
Yep.
Like, okay.
Somehow he got it all up without me even waking up.
Nice.
Okay.
I just look at Argento, just tired, and then I stand up. Do I see this creature now?
Yeah. Well, I mean, no. You see like a bundle of Vigog's clothing and cloth, and Argento and Vigog, you kind of, hearing the noise, you kind of stir awake as this happens. It's almost as if the creature is partially invisible, but is also a fae. So Vigog, you see the creature clearly, as does Demiro.
I'll tell you what, I mean, at the moment, really, you're doing us a favor, because we were going to get rid of that junk anyway, and it was doing Vigog a disservice just to keep carrying it all around.
What?
You know, it would have been better if it had just all blown up, to be honest.
Why didn't you say so? And he immediately runs over to the fire. You watch as all of Vigog's stuff is suddenly beelining for the flames of the campfire.
No!
Do I recognize that he desires to destroy these things?
Yes.
Can I go over and try to steal stuff from him, knowing that that'll piss him off?
Ooh, good one. I like that. Okay, yeah, you rush over. I need you to make me a thievery check and see how much stuff you steal.
All right, good. That's
How-
me.
how
All right,
close
which
is-
which check is thievery?
Sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand. Sleight of hand.
All right.
How
All right,
close
let's see.
Was him as he was running?
Ooh.
Ooh, nice.
Could you-
All right.
Could you roll me a percentile, please?
Sure. Where is percentile dice?
Okay,
I have
so
not
right
done
click
that
on your
in this one
D10
yet.
on the actual board, and there should be a percentage symbol.
I see it now, and we are gonna do
All right.
69, as it should be.
Hey. Okay, no. We are children. Okay,
Yeah.
so thankfully, however, a 69 is within the bracket. So you only grab one item. You now hold in your hand what appears to be a blood-soaked hat. As you hold it, it seems to drip. The creature stops for a moment, looks at you, and says, and dies.
Oh no! Yes!
It's what?
And dies.
You just
I
stole
know.
the brain or something.
What?
Oh my God! He's back! Yes!
It lies down on the ground and has perished.
I am.
Was this your
Okay.
plan?
I'm assuming that this is now that I am now no longer under the influence of his emotions.
That is correct. You no longer sense
God.
any emotions coming from this individual.
Oh,
It is dead. It is gone. It is an X, whatever the hell it was.
Oh
oh
my
my God!
god.
I'm so glad you brought that back.
Is there do I have any idea what this thing is?
It's a hat.
Don't put
Okay.
it-
Cool. I like hats. I'm gonna as X's suddenly form over the poor guy's eyes, I am going to just grab I'm gonna stuff that into my bag. And
It by the way, it is just soaking in blood.
yeah, that's
Oh
fine.
my
Okay.
gosh.
Squish.
It's,
Yep.
it's
Cool.
fine. It's fine. I'm gonna see if my watermelon wants a little blood. If it likes blood or not.
It sort of licks it up a little bit. It doesn't mind it.
Okay, I'll keep that around in case my little watermelon needs some more blood. There's and is there anything in this pile that is delightful that I might want?
I don't know, Vigag, what stuff do you have? Oh, there's a really nice pearl. No, I'm joking. For those of you, for those of you in the backseat, Vigag just bought a pearl of power.
Yeah. There's a map. There's a map of a partial map of what seems to be. It's actually written Strahd's castle on there, so it's a partial map of Strahd's castle. There's a 10-foot pole, a quarterstaff, and a spell book.
Ooh, a spell book. All right. I'm just gonna grab it and sort of look around and be like, whose stuff is this?
Mine,
It would be the naked guy.
please. As I'm like holding my, trying to cover. Please, just take stuff back, please.
I'm going to like
Behind a bush
hand him the
for-
10-foot pole and just be like, try to
Now put-
position it center mass so that he's
Grab
got
the
something
pole.
to stand behind.
Yeah.
Very well. You keep Vigag at a pole arm
You
length.
all my other stuff. You just give me the 10-foot pole.
I'm still I'm gonna look around at everyone and be like, ooh, I'm still feeling greedy, still
Oh,
feeling like I want to steal some stuff.
I'm gonna go over and poke the body and see what it is. Like if there's any way to know or what it was. You might be on mute if you're talking, Michael.
All right. So, as you walk over to it and begin to poke and examine the body, you realize that it is the body and the frame of a frail old man. That being said, there is almost no fat on this dude. He is all stringy muscle. And in his possession is what appears to be a vicious-looking scythe head. Apart from that, he looks no different to a tiny old man. You believe that this creature might be a fae of some kind, but to what, you would need to make a nature check to find out.
Right.
Ooh, can we all make nature checks or just him?
Yeah, you just fine. You know this creature.
I just murdered him.
Yeah, yeah. You know that this creature is a creature known as a redcap. Redcaps are usually traditionally found in the haunted Fey forests, the icy lands, and places where people generally tend to go missing. By folklore, they actually must always keep a fresh supply of blood soaked in their hats, and they must always be wearing their hats. If they remove their hats, they die. That is the traditional thing. They're vicious, they're rude, they're nasty, they're crude. You know, it's pretty much what it is. Well, you've pretty much met one. And yep, it died.
Oh my God.
Yeah, well, I guess.
I hope that encounter wasn't meant to be like a half an hour long or anything.
I guess the old stories were true after all.
No. You actually got everything you needed. Like percentage-wise, it was just going to steal all of Agag's stuff. Okay, the rest of your myth confirmed. All right, the rest of your night goes relatively well, with little to no interruptions before the following morning.
And I will give Agag his stuff back because I am nice, even though I just murdered a guy. Apparently,
You did. That guy died. Like,
Yeah, he did.
He did.
all right. Very well. You also return
you.
Vigag's gear and clothing.
I run behind a bush and just put my clothing back on, and then. Ugh.
You run behind a bush now because you weren't naked before.
Oh, I
You went behind the
was
bush
already
while you were naked.
exposed.
We've already
We
seen
were-
it, Doug.
Yeah, they've pretty much already seen everything. Yes, Esther.
Two quick questions.
Yes.
First, just sorry, curious about something with the. Sorry, I keep asking this. I wasn't sure with the power that that Esther got early on about the memories. What was it that tied it to be able to use it?
It was the hero
So
point.
what does she have to give up to use it? Is it like a spell slot or is it a hero point? I forget.
Hero point.
Hero point. Okay, thank you. And okay. So next time I get a hero point, I think I know what I may use it for.
Alright.
And sorry, Claire.
No. If there's nothing else, but if you have something else, go for it.
I don't have to do it now, but is there still the chance to give Murray the blight body?
Yes. It would need to take. Yeah. Do you wish to? Is the question.
Well, not right now because I don't want to take up time, but at some point, yeah.
Well, I mean, now's a good time.
Yeah, you can always do it during your watch.
We've
you
seen
like to?
what being distracted on watch does.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Here we go.
Wait. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. All right.
Doesn't sound fine.
Michael
we go.
strives for this kind of
Ah,
stuff.
All right. Hey! Oh no. Aya Janasi, thank you so much for the $5. I presume that you are fishing for a hero point for our dear Esther.
This could be
Of course it is.
things on the body.
Yeah.
All right, what would you like to do first? Look, the audience wants it. Go ahead. I will
Yep,
take the
that's
time
right.
for it.
I guess I'll just do that first. Sorry, Murray.
All right, go on.
I look at Ipsilus. I just say, I just kind of you said you were looking for your sister, right?
I am.
Okay. What I wanted to try was using that to see a memory of the sister and then you sending for the sister.
All right.
Ooh.
Oh.
Oh,
Ooh,
that's so-
Lord Garthon, I'm going to ask you, because Lord Garthon has just redeemed a plot twist, which means that this
Okay.
plot twist can be played. But given what we're doing here, I'm going to allow Lord Garthon, if you would like, for me to draw, instead of a plot twist, to draw a flashback,
Oh yeah.
as we are looking at scrying for Ipselis's lost sibling.
Oh, I
So
forgot.
it would be I see a memory, and with that familiarity with his sister now, I can use sending to contact it.
Correct. But I want to find the memory. All right. Flashback. Okay, here we go. So
Alright.
let's build up.
Yeah,
So let's build up the memory, shall we?
it's been a while.
All right. So your choices, Lord Garthon, for this memory are a magic moment, or a buried secret. Magic moment or buried secret.
Oh Lord. This could get real bad.
A magic
Okay,
moment.
all right,
Okay. All right.
Buried
So,
secret. His sister's actually dead, and he knew it all along.
Legaf.
It's actually in his bag now.
Okay. So, let me just find. There we go.
Oh God.
He is his sister. No.
Right.
Hopefully this is right. Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
It's a kind of magic. No.
Oh, it's magic.
Hello.
You know.
There we go. What?
Oh dear.
Okay. Sorry, I am lowering the music. Okay. Now, your mind, Esther, as you reach out to Ipselis, suddenly gets drawn into what looks to be a burning hellscape, a sizzling ocean of boiling blood, towering high in the air above several large iron pylons that float dragged by giant beasts whose wings are nailed by these immense spiked chains that roar like dragons, keeping these immense structures aloft high in the sky. Sulfur and ash burn your eyes and your lungs as you attempt to look around. Without looking too far, you see two small children, both of which with fresh cuts and wounds all over their body. One appears to be have like these large surgical grafts on their back. The other seems to have Ipselis. What modifications has your sister gone under?
She was I was modified for speed, and she was modified for strength. So hers were things like extra arms to do extra attacks.
Oh yeah,
and things like
you
increased muscle mass.
Yeah, so you see that the other person that he is sitting next to seems to have been bound in a coffin. Both like two sets of arms have been imprisoned in shackles, covered in spikes, and what looks to be like almost like a Hannibal Lecter mask has been pinned to their face. Ipselis, you are wheeling the person in this chest up towards a large hill, where you can see the glorious battlefield unfold in front of you. As this happens, you simply stay there for but a fleeting moment, and in that moment, you can see death, destruction, blood, and anarchy. And that is when you look at the person inside of the coffin. Her eyes seem to be the only thing that are able to move, and she seems to guide your vision towards something on the ground. Now, before we get to what that is, Thruskawa, thank you so much for the plot twist. Your choices for the
Another
plot...
plot twist.
So your plot twist is the unwelcome arrival or a rock and a hard place. So those are your choices: unwelcomed arrival or rock and a hard place. What would you like to insert into our game today? Now, what you see growing out of the dark ash, the blighted land, is what look to be this strange-looking flower that burns with the same color as lava. What do you do as you notice her looking at it?
I attempt, the first thing I do is I attempt to sort of read her body language and expression, to see if she wants it or if she wants to stay away from it.
It looks as though she doesn't understand what it is.
Oh, okay. I'll look at it, and it confuses me for a moment, because on this plane, there are no flowers. They only exist in the gardens of the rulers of these realms. And even then, they're either poisonous or they're used as a form of torture. So I look down at it sort of in confusion, and then reach out and pluck it.
As you pluck it, almost immediately the light begins to die and fade.
I'll look around to see if any of my commanders are anywhere to be seen, and when I don't see any of them, I'm just very, very quickly going to tuck the flower into the coffin.
As you do so, you very quietly begin to tuck it there, her eyes cast downwards, and while she can't see it anymore because now it's inside the steel box, she begins to feel the very delicate petals with her hands. There's kind of a curious moment where you can see kind of the reactions on her face, which inevitably end with a rather peaceful look. That is when a figure looms over you, casting a deep shadow. Hello, my child.
I immediately straighten up.
My child, I told you not to take
Sir.
her too far from the building. Not too certain how many of our enemies lie in wait for such innocent creatures. He moves to place a hand towards you. Instinctively you flinch, but then he places it down gently. Now come. It's time for your sister's treatments.
Yes, of course, sir.
He walks in front of you, heading down the hillside towards what looks to be one of the large spikes, except it has been crashed into the side of a giant mountain. A large army of imps kind of stand guard, kind of battling against hellhounds and other kind of horrifying creatures. You hear the screams getting louder as you get further away from this point. While it is far from peaceful, it is definitely probably one of the most quietest places to find in this realm. Esther, that is the vision you see before you as your memories connect to the visage of the girl on the inside of the coffin. You then reach out with your sending spell. What would you like to say?
Was Ipsos aware that I just saw all that?
No, Ipsilus is not aware of what you have seen.
Wait, really?
Only that his mind has been somewhat probed. Giggity.
Oh,
I
I thought they would know. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna check her facial expression first. I don't want to give anything away if she hasn't seen anything. So can I do it a little, like, get a little insight into how she reacts?
Well, how does Esther react?
So let me think. Basically, I just saw a hellscape, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. She's almost stoic in a sense, really just not particularly looking any certain way about it. Slightly curious, but nothing. It's hard to figure out. It's hard to read.
All right. What is your sending spell?
Well, I was thinking that Ipsilus would know because I was gonna ask, hey, Ipsilus, now that I know what your sister looks like, I can talk to her. What do you want me to say? But I'm basically just going to explain that, I was able to see what his sister looked like because I had explained that this was something about his sister, and I may be able to get in contact with her and say, what would you want me to say to her?
As I look at her, because she's not showing any sort of specific reaction, I'll assume that she hasn't really seen much. Just sort of like a memory of my sister without much context. And so I'll say, I would like her to tell me what her location is so that I might come and help.
All right.
Oh, and tell her I will bring her a flower.
Okay. Okay.
Now the question
All
is do you do so?
Do bring a
And is it
flower? Or...
25
No, send
words
the
or
sending
less?
spell.
Okay, yes. Yes, I do.
All right.
25 words or less.
Yep. All right. Go for it.
Real quick, before I can do that,
Hmm?
there is a roll that needs to be done.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Possibly.
'cause-
If she's on a different plane,
She's not.
okay, perfect, then there is no roll needed. If they're on a
Good.
plane,
What
She
do you
thought-
say?
oh,
sorry, I'm sorry.
you're good.
I'm so sorry.
What?
I'm sorry.
What are you sorry about?
I thought you were mad. I'm sorry.
No, why would he be mad?
Why, I'm not mad. I'm holding up so I can count.
Oh.
25 words or less.
Okay.
Gotta make it count.
I also can't hit you
I
through the
think,
screen,
I
Mac.
think that was the message. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Oh my God, it's all gone now. All right.
Okay.
You got 5 words left.
Okay.
Yeah, I know, Mac. You need to really stop this because people are going to think that I beat you. Okay, and we're not even in the same country. All right. What is the message? Have a thing. What is your message to Ipsilus's sister?
Please stop laughing. My name is Esther. Your brother is looking for you. Where are you? He's bringing you a flower.
All right. As soon as you say that, there's a few moments of a pause. And then the following words are all that are whispered. He shouldn't have come. And suddenly you feel something, a pair of piercing yellow eyes staring at you. And as this happens, suddenly you hear... And more importantly, in the distance... All right. What do you do?
What?
Who have we lost?
Oh.
We lost Ipsos.
No! Ipsos!
Go back. It's all good.
Ipsos has gone into the world.
Sorry. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Okay,
I
don't-
just punked out.
That's okay. Everyone gets one mate, and that's it. All right, hold on.
What?
All right, I do apologize. Let me just try to get everyone back in
I'm back.
What was that, Tim?
position. Argento.
While I was Vigago, I was just going to throw another portal into a
There
portal.
we go. Done.
Oh.
Okay. So,
After Ipsos do a portal. No.
all right, there we go. So, yep. So that's it. What do you want to do? You hear the sound of wolves coming closer, and that, of course, will signal our next plot twist card: a rock and a hard place. Now, if you guys continue to move, you have not received your full rest. You will receive your hit points, but it will still be treated as though your spell-like and supernatural powers have not rested. If you want, you may try and hide to complete your rest, or you could try to push on and outrun the wolves that are now heading rapidly in your direction.
Oh God. I'm just gonna look at everybody and say, "Do you think we could take them?" I don't know why I just dropped into an Irish accent. Do you think we could take them?
Well, there's usually an unknown quantity of them, so it's probably not wise.
Search for a high place. I might be able to get us all up to a part somewhere. So I still have a third level slot. I can cast fly. Try to get us to high ground.
Oh, look at that.
Oh no, wait. Never mind. I said I used the rest of my spell slots to cast snare. So
Yeah, you did.
Oh, yeah.
never mind.
Are there snares around the camp?
I said three.
There are snares around the camp.
Well, then we have traps for them. So I'm gonna look around. I'm assuming that I would
There's
have
only
seen you
three.
casting the snare, right? Can
Yeah,
I do like a nature check to figure out how many howls I'm hearing?
I'd say you
survival?
can. You hear two howls, but you have no idea how many members of the pack there might be.
Okay.
I mean, optionally, I could create a tiny hut, and we could take shelter and see if 8 hours is enough for them to pass.
I love that. I am 100% here for that. Ipsilus is just like, the simplest solution is normally the best.
That's amazing.
All right. So is that what you're gonna do?
Okay, I'll cast Tiny Hut.
All right.
Oh my God.
You grab yourself. As you begin to conjure, a small doorway appears, and as it opens up, you find yourself inside a tiny makeshift hut. The door closes and removes itself from reality, just in time as you see, charging towards the door, 6 werewolves on all 4. You close the door.
Werewolves? Rude.
You close the door just in time,
Were dogs.
and the werewolves recede. For the time being, however. You spend the rest of the night resting and recuperating, and before long, morning arrives. After 8 hours, which is a little bit longer than morning, but long enough for you to kind of, be cautious, you open the door and inspect the exterior. It does not appear as though the werewolves had stayed, though there is definitely the strong scent of wolf and mange in the air. As you make your way beyond,
Linger?
you continue your journey, traveling now down and closer to a mansion that lies at the edge of the Barovian forest. All right. Pardonnez-moi while I get some of the music going. All right.
This looks very rustic. It looks cool.
High above the river valley, just a quiet promontory upon which looms a sepulchral mansion. Its turrets capped with fairy tale cones, and its towers lined with sculpted battlements. A third structure having collapsed as part of the roof, but the rest appearing mostly intact, with a dark octagonal tower rising above the surrounding architecture. Out of the fog comes the distant peal of thunder, quickly accompanied by once again the howling of wolves. But the house itself stands silent, almost as if it were fossilized by some long dead thing having been smoted into the very mountainside itself. Welcome to Argen Vastholt.
Gasp.
All right. Now, I believe... Nope, I don't have a picture. But I can share a map. And there you go.
Yay.
Out the front, you see what appears to be a large statue. It appears to be a dragon facing the entranceway, almost as if standing sentry, tall and vigil, in preparation to greet or defend against any who would approach the mansion. The scene is yours.
Ooh.
Upon seeing the statue, I want to walk up to it. Argento. And I will take a knee and bow in front of it and basically say, "My liege."
It turns out it is a black dragon, your worst enemy. No, I'm joking. Okay. As you
You
step
just have
up,
a moment with it. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. As you step up. Oops. Come back here, you.
Oh no.
There we go.
Ooh.
Nice.
Perched atop a 10-foot wide, 10-foot high cube of granite is a moss-covered statue of a dragon. Its wings tucked in close by its side. The statue looks east towards the mansion, but there's something about it. It almost seems to be looking down at you, Argento. There's this surging feeling of belonging that happens to fill you. Whilst traveling through Argen Vastholt, Argento, you will gain advantage on all strength-based checks and melee attacks.
Ooh.
As you feel the spirit of the mighty dragon surging within you, and your scales take on a brand new luster. All right.
Do I see his scales being all shiny and fabulous?
100%. Yes, it is almost dazzlingly bright as to the sheen on Argento's armor.
I'm gonna look at my wings and I'm gonna like flap them a little bit and try to get them to be shiny. Like, is this something that you do with the if I touch the thing, will it make my no? Oh no, fine.
Also, real quick, just to answer a question that came in from chat, what the red pins do in Fantasy Grounds, and I'm going to brag about this, is the red pins are actually literally all the cliff notes from all the pages in the actual Curse of Strahd adventure book. So all I need to do in order to prep for this encounter is I have to click on the dragon statue. It gives me my little bit of text, what I need to know, and the image of the statue, all there at the click of a button.
Oh my god!
Yeah, this is why Fantasy Grounds is my go-to, because the prep work is all done for you out the gate, and it's amazing. So
Yeah.
sorry. Carry on. I do apologize. I didn't mean to interrupt. Just people asking. So there you go. All right. Now, as you approach, a dense fog begins to circle around this entire area. It makes it difficult for you to see much, but upon close inspection, you could see that there are a number of cracks and worn places within the statue itself.
Can I, like, I have a climbing speed. Can I just sort of head up the statue and start inspecting it?
Yeah. So you watch as Ipselis begins to climb the statue.
La ta 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 ta, la ta 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 ta.
You look at the disapproval on Argento's face.
And I dismiss it.
All right.
Yes.
Also, Argento, for the record, your teeth have returned back to normal.
Oh, okay, yes. I may brush them later. I don't know yet.
All right. Oh, by the way,
So
you
does
see
it work
absolutely.
on-
Yeah,
does it work
you
on
see nothing
anybody?
up there, by the way. Just FYI, it's just a statue.
Okay, it's just, well, what I'm trying to do too is, like, I'm trying to find sort of the highest spot and, like, just check out what's going on, because I see that broken tower over there. I just want to make sure there's nothing weird
All
going
the
on.
broken
Yeah, you can't see much from this vantage point. More just what you can see in terms of the walls of the large mansion that's here. It's also
Okay.
2 stories, so you know.
All right.
So
That's
my
it for me.
toothbrush will work on anybody, right?
Yeah. Anyone who brushes their teeth, they're
So I could persuade somebody, like, just brush it 8 times.
potentially. Potentially,
Ten
yes.
times.
My
Take your
God,
time. Like
you're a
rodents.
monster.
10 times will do the trick.
Like rodents.
Have you tried brushing any other part of your body?
I haven't.
For sure.
Brush the horns on my head.
Wait, do you actually?
Come on.
Oh, good.
No.
I was gonna say, whoa. It's just. I was say fingernails, but like, nope.
All right. What do you want to do? Inside bonus from Froghemoth. What you should do is
Right.
go through the front door. No.
Yes.
Okay. Inside
Yes.
bonus. Here we go. Now, as you walk around and sort of explore this place, you get a strange feeling that something is unnatural. If the paladins of the Silver Order were supposed to be here, then why is this place in such disrepair? The statue itself looks like it hasn't seen dusting or cleaning in quite some time, and the stoop is covered with leaves and grime. The paladins must really not be doing their job, but something else triggers inside you. Maybe something's wrong. Sure, the paladins may not be what they were before. Maybe they're all like Sir Tem and they wander around. But what would cause them to abandon their fortress? The curiosity digs at Argento deeply.
Mm. I'm very curious too.
Yeah.
Want to know what the hell's
Yeah,
going on.
basically just tell the group how that, Argento would say, something seems to be quite wrong here. This doesn't seem right. I don't understand why the place has sort of fallen to this sort of unkept manner. It looks like no one's been here in years. I don't understand.
Esther?
I guess I don't get too close. I kind of, let's see. How far away are we from the entrance at this point?
60 foot.
Perfect. I get just a bit closer, kind of to the side of the statue. And, well, actually, I get kind of closer. I get closer because I want to use Eyes of the Grave. It won't be able to. It only has 60 feet, but I want to see if just within this general entrance area, any undead.
All right. So, as you cast your spell, your eyes begin to glow green. You stare at the castle itself and detect undead. There is a strong sense of undeath that seems to lie within here.
Oh dear.
I kind of
Oh.
mark my way forward a bit, just so Esther's.
How
Yeah.
how high am I on the top of this statue?
The statue itself is about 20 foot tall.
Okay. Then I'm going to try to leap off and extend my wings and glide down, and see if I can't see anything through the windows.
All right. Well, before you do so, make a perception check.
Ooh, I'm gonna do it. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be so good. If I can get the map out of the way. Perception check. All right, let's do it. Let's do it this time, dice. Yes!
Nice.
Very nice.
I see all things.
You do see all things. All right. Now, as you do so, you hear and you see what is coming on the approach from behind you. Another howl as breaking through the tree lines you see the first of the
God.
scouting werewolves.
No.
Large and immense, this creature seems to lick its lips hungrily and howls. And in response, there are like 6 or 7 other howls that respond in kind. That echo behind. This werewolf comes courtesy of Aya Janasi. Yes. Yeah.
Rude.
Because you guys are taking too long, so I'm putting 1 werewolf for every $10 that someone donates to the stream today. So, that's the first one.
My.
Oh, $100 later.
Yeah,
Oh.
enjoy. Yeah, just
Oh,
hope someone doesn't
gosh.
put $10 in. Like it's like, yeah, here's a $100 donation, Michael. It's like, cool, you guys are fighting 10 werewolves. All right, here we go.
Perfect.
Thank you for the follow.
Perfect.
All right, so let's roll initiative, shall we? Well, you don't, guys. You guys don't have to. I have to. So, bam, Demiro, you are up first as you see the werewolf encroaching from behind. Run.
Do I recognize any of them?
Sorry.
Did Ipsilus just call me rude?
All right.
Do we recognize them from the same werewolf as before?
Yes, they do. They do look exactly like the same werewolves.
Oh no. Is it Emil? Or what was it, Emil?
Whoa! All right. Hold on to your butts.
Oh no. Are things? Oh my God.
All right.
Ira Janasi, you are. Oh, I love you.
you.
Ira
mean
Janasi,
it.
Ira Janasi, thank you so much for the donation
Uh-oh.
and for
Oh no.
and for the pack of wolves that are now encroaching upon you. Also, in addition, you can still pick a magic item for the group as per the normal donation for that.
Which we will desperately need.
All right, so here we go.
I don't
There we go.
suppose I can spot Emil in the group.
All right, Emil is in the group. He is the one at the front.
No. He? She.
She. All right, so Demira, you're up first. What do you want to do?
I will wave to Emil.
Emil is in their full werewolf form.
Her.
Yes, her. She is in her full werewolf form. You see
does that
them as
mean?
they're charging towards you. It seems like that she's currently in formation with the rest of her pack. She is currently werewolf 2, which is that one there. All right. What do you want to do?
Oh, so she's not in the lead.
No. Well, she's like at the front, but like, yeah. All right. What do you want to do?
Well, can you describe what they're doing?
They're running towards you, as if to eat you.
Right. I will head over to the doors
All right. You may move your character accordingly.
after I wave to Emil. Good to see you again, Emil.
Bye.
Well, Emil is
Oh my god.
is the one that we spoke with before, and then we know that she wants to actually lead the pack.
You move that far?
Yeah, how far can you move?
35.
You should only be able to make it to the top of the stairs, so one step back. Not that that'll really make a difference in the long run, but just for attacking you. There you go, perfect.
Okay.
All right, Ipsilis, you are still atop the 20-foot tall statue. Nope, we got him back. So, Ipsilis,
Oh, I was like,
you are atop the statue still, as Demira has run for
Okay.
the door.
All right. Then what I'm going to try to do is I just recognize them as a threat, right? I don't have any previous connection like the other guys do.
Yeah.
Okay. Is one of them larger than the others?
Yep,
Is-
the
like
one
it's
at the
shown
front.
out here.
This guy here. His name shall now be Brimhammer
Oh
Alpha.
dear.
Oh, he's not an alpha. He's just Brimhammer.
Okay, I am going to I'm going to try to do something a little acrobatic. I'm going to jump off of the statue towards the building, spread my wings, and then I'm going to try to spin around in midair, and shoot this guy twice with my bow.
ooh.
All right, so stretching out your insectoid wings, you begin to flip acrobatically through the air. I won't need a check for that. I think you're going to do fine, and you will gain advantage on your attack. Make it as you fire at that individual.
Okay, all right. Sorry, let me. And oh, there's so many windows up there. Sorry. Okay, advantage. There you are. I see you, advantage. Now let's get over here to actions. All right, longbows. We're gonna do it right over here to Brimhammer, and another advantage on Brimhammer again. Let's do it. Oh god, it moved. Come on. And there we are. Oh, and that was terrible.
Unfortunate. So as you flip off, your first arrow shoots and strikes Brimhammer in the shoulder. Roll your damage onto him if you would be so kind.
Ooh.
As it fires in, you notice that your arrow does not penetrate its thick hide.
What?
In fact, it snaps off, dealing 0 damage.
Okay. That's good information. I have good information. I'm going to shout to everybody as I float down to the ground and be like, he's immune to normal weapons, it looks like.
All right.
Did you move or?
He did. He jumped off the...
Oh, he just jumped
Yeah.
off from there. I thought
All
he
right.
jumped
Yeah. So how far do I float down?
You can float down to the ground from there. I'll say that you can float down... Oh, wait, you won't be able to run, though. You'll be able to float down 20 foot to 30 foot to about here.
Oh.
Because it's also 20 foot down.
Oh, well, but he's got, so his thing is he can move, I think for every foot that he falls, he can move 1 foot in that direction.
Oh, okay. So that'd be... So you'd move 20, 30 foot. Oh, yeah, I see. So 10, 20, 30. So yeah, you'd be there. All right. So the werewolves start to move. 30, 10, 20, 25, 30. So Emil has moved up.
Ah!
15,
How much
20,
here?
25, 30, 35, 40, 45. And you watch as Brimhammer climbs up and onto the dragon
Oh no.
and looks in your direction and howls.
Oh!
Oh!
Oh.
10,
He's a
20,
movie.
30, 5, 10, 15, 20. So that one's going to move towards you. Actually, you know what? He's going to... Yeah, he's going to move.
Oh.
15, 20, 25, 30. There you go.
Unacceptable.
10, 20, 30. So he's going to move to there. He's going to move to here. And he's going to move to here.
Oh no.
Okay. They cannot attack this round, but the wolves have begun to descend upon our hapless party. And yes, Ira Janasi also reminds everyone not to forget that we do have our inspirations, yes. And I'd also like to take a quick moment to thank Sick Professor and Jim's Speckles. Thank you for the follow, and thank you for the subscription. You are bloody legends, you are. All right. Esther, yes? Can I help you?
Yes, I do have a question.
Yeah, what's your question?
Is Gary here?
Gary is not here.
Oh no, Gary's the best one. Okay. Oh wait, I want to know who Gary is.
All right. Gary was a very inept werewolf. He did not do well.
Inept. He four-finger punched through a wall and grabbed Esther. I wouldn't call that inept.
He was inept. He was a silly. he
Nope,
was a
sure
silly wolf.
wouldn't.
Yes, he also almost killed everyone. All right, Argento, it is your turn. You can see
All
that
right,
Vigag
so-
is surrounded.
I do see that. So basically, question, yeah, run your fools. If he moves, will he give them an attack of opportunity?
Oh yeah, he'll get 3 attacks of opportunity.
Oh my god.
I plan to disengage when mine comes around, so.
Yeah, this is tough. Okay, look, I'll break character here and sort of understand the situation as dire as it is, and I will retreat 30 feet up to the stairs, up to the door, and then just basically yell to everybody like, "Get inside, everyone, inside now!" So trying to herd everyone in, and I have my warhammer ready to go, so I know I'll be fighting here in a minute.
All right.
And
Now-
I cast a bonus action for Searing Smite. So that way my weapon's ready to be used next round.
Very nice. All right. Cool. We have some nat 20s to give out, thanks to Ira Janasi. 1 for the GM,
Oh, thank god.
1 for Vigag, and 1 for Domiro.
Awesome.
All right, so there you go. All right, you guys have nat 20 tokens, meaning that you can
Awesome.
you can indeed a dire situation caused by ire. That's true. I did bait ire. I'm not gonna lie. It was definitely bait. Mostly because I wanted Vigag to move, and he was just sitting there like, I'm like, I'm gonna get you.
I would get you.
Okay, so Argento moves back towards the heavy set doors
Dog.
as we then go to Vigag.
All right, so yes, as the werewolves kind of run up to me, I'm going to disengage, kind of run and go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 for the standard. As I kind of like, they kind of run up to me and I'm like, "Blah!" and I just kind of turn around and disengage from them,
Mm-hmm.
all 3 of them.
Yep.
Especially Brimhammer, because the being on top of the thing, about to jump down on me, probably super intimidating to Vigag. So he just turns and runs. He listens to Argento, and I still get a move, correct?
Yes, you would still get a move.
Okay, so then yes, I will run up to the door, open it, move through, but like be ready on the other side so that if some comes through, trying to get in, I will get ready to fire. So
Oh Lord.
5, 10, 15, open the door.
All right.
25, 30. And then turn around and get my...
Okay.
Can't do anything until my actual turn because I can't ready an action, but yeah.
Well, okay, you
That's what
don't
I
have
do.
time to take in your surroundings. You just kind of burst into the door and rush in. As we
Yeah.
go to Esther.
Yep.
Sorry, I was just checking some things. Alright. Now that everyone's kind of good to go, let's see. I'm gonna step back to the flank of that would be Ipsilus, so I just couldn't see. And I don't want to maneuver this.
Oh my
Sorry.
God.
I want to hold the dash action until after Ipsilus moves if he's retreating.
Okay, alright. You're going to hold the dash action till after Ipsilus. Not a problem. It brings us now to... Sorry?
Oh no, I was saying you better be running at this point.
Alright.
You're on
This brings us now to Demiro.
Yes. I shall whip out the magic pipe and play a lullaby song and cast slow on the group of wolves.
Ooh.
Can I redeem my nat 20 to give a
Whoa!
equivalent 1 on the center one?
No. Your nat 20 is exactly that.
Aw.
It is a nat 20. Not a bestow a 1 on someone.
Well, no, it's because I have to roll these. But
Oh wait,
It's
hang
the
on. So
opposite.
so you have to
He has to
roll?
roll. He has to roll. It's the
well,
sleep.
because I have to put the saves on them.
Yeah, no, but they're making the save still. So you can give him a nat 20 if you want.
I don't think you need more than you already get. Alright, so slow's going out.
Ooh.
Okay. He does fail. However, I'm going to burn my nat 20.
Oh,
yeah.
Rude.
Oh.
Alright, so I'm going to burn my nat 20 on Brimhammer.
So,
Emil will fall asleep.
Slow.
Oh, sorry, we'll get slowed. Actually, everyone except for Boss, Werewolf 5, and Werewolf 6. So 1, 2, and 3 are slowed. So, yeah, so the 2 at the back are still fine. Alright, here we go. Now, as Demiro begins to play his lullaby panpipes, the werewolves start to... as they're trying to shake it off. Brimhammer notices this and howls again to try and keep everyone in line, which only really works on the people who made the save, but no one else. Then you're stepping in? Not a worry. Alright. Ipsilus.
Okay, I realized that if normal weapons don't work on this guy, that I have nothing that is going to do damage. So I'm going to look at Esther and be like, just literally be like, you ready to run?
Lord.
She just kind of looks like, track meets where they kind of have the like pose. Like she's not posed there, but
Yeah.
she don't like actually track meet pose, but she is ready to move.
Fabulous. I am going to head through the door, and I'm going to how much movement? Let's see. I've got 30 feet of movement, so I should be able to get there. And over here, I'm going to try to get close to a wall. So next round, I can actually climb the wall and get my bow ready.
Very nice. All right.
But oh wait, no, I'm lying. I'm so sorry. I am lying to you. I'm going to get over on this side of the door and prepare to help close the door as soon as everybody's inside.
All right. Now, at that point, I believe, Esther, your ready to action goes off, and you also get to move.
And I'm just never sure how this works. Would it kind of like half my movement if I tried to like take Argent by the arm and pull him in as well, or would I just not be able to do that?
You'd have to wait until your turn because this is a ready to action.
Okay, so it's considered an action to bring someone with you.
Yes, correct.
Gotcha. Okay. And I'm going to run to then I'm just gonna run right inside and just say, Argento, we gotta move.
All right.
And I'm gonna stay on kind of like this side. I guess the mirror's right there, but just ready to have line of sight of them. Still the werewolves.
Oh god.
Okay, you try to maintain
Wow.
line of sight. Now, you can choose to close the door if you want and leave Argento out there, but...
Oh, what?
I mean, just saying. I'm just saying it's an option. I'm not saying do it.
What the?
All right.
Might be worth doing it.
They're gonna say, no, if it's
They're
gonna
gonna run
happen.
in if you don't.
No, you don't have to. I'm just like I said. I'm just teasing. Okay. Now, as you watch the werewolves take their turn, they come close to the door. There is a howl as they get to the steps of Argen Vastholt. As the howl comes from Brimhammer, what you see is literally a sight of pure and grotesque horror. Sorry, one moment. Everything's very slow. As he leaps from his perch, and as he does, midway, skin begins to slough off from his body.
Ew.
And as it does so, you watch his form take shape. What you see in front of you is a muscular human as he picks off chunks of flesh from his person.
As Ipselis looks at him, he sees him. He's just like, "You stole my freaking luck, you bastard!"
He says, "I, Brimhammer, steal nothing. I come seeking the one known as Ipselis. Surrender him immediately, or die."
By whose authority? And by the way, I'm certainly wearing it better.
By the authority of the master of all these lands. He wishes for your head, and from your demeanor, I presume you, winged one, are what our master seeks.
I'm gonna look around at everyone else and be like, I've never met this guy before. I don't know what's going on. Um,
He speaks of soft whispers, of things that you have done in this land, of the words. And he reaches into his, he basically lifts up his shoulder pad, revealing these, like, literal, like, almost carved muscles as he pulls out what looks to be a, like, kind of like a black rose, and holds it in front of you. And he throws it at your feet. Esther.
Would the eyes of any of the werewolves, or now Brimhammer, remind me of the eyes that I saw after the sending spell?
Well, funny you mention that. The piercing yellow eyes that you saw after the sending spell were none other than Brimhammer's.
Lovely. Very lovely. Okay. And we're still in the combat order, right?
Yes and no. You guys are all free to move around as if initiative were not drawn. Something does, however, seem to be off as the werewolves are at bay.
They're just like sneaks into the building while he's like.
No, I was gonna say I'm pacing back and forth, like side to side, sort of. I guess showing my teeth, and then actually no, I'm brushing my teeth. No, I'm joking. I'm actually showing my teeth. Sort of, yeah. Got the warhammer, and I'm kind of spinning it around like I'm just ready to smash someone in the face with it. So.
Oh yeah, he's definitely reciprocating, showing you his very large and nasty pair of chompers as well.
Brush your teeth.
Exactly.
Do I recognize the black rose?
He's not really wearing robes. It's more his fur that has basically just partially.
Sorry. You said that you pulled a black rose.
Oh, rose. Sorry,
flower.
rose. Yes. No, you do not. The rose definitely symbolizes death of love. And the way that he threw it on the floor, you recall from the sending spell, there was a mention of meeting your sister and bringing her a flower. So he, in return, has shown up a vision that was met by Esther, who tried to communicate with your sister, and instead he has brought you a flower symbolizing the death of relationship, the death of connection.
Oh. Okay.
Make of that what you will.
I'm just going to look out at the werewolf, still knowing that there's literally nothing I can do to harm this guy. It seems like I'm just going to prepare myself for the onslaught if it comes. Can I try to figure out why they all stopped? If it's because he started talking or if it's something else?
It kind of feels like it's because you've started talking, but you can make an insight check or an investigation check.
Let's do investigation.
Okay, while we're waiting for the results of that, Wizard Magic 0211, welcome into the chat, and of course, Tasfriel, have a wonderful day, dude, and we will hopefully see you soon. If not, we'll see you on Saturday, which should be a lot of fun. Yay! Ipselis is a ranger, a demon-slaying ranger, so there you go. Okay, so with your investigation, no, it is not because you're having a conversation. The werewolves seem unable to set foot on Argen Vastholt. You're not sure why, but you're fairly confident it has something to do with the protection of the old dragon. Whether it's superstitious or magic, they refuse to take a foot onto the steps.
Okay, then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to then step outside, and I'm going to then start walking up the front of the wall. How tall is it?
The wall itself is 2 stories tall, so depending on on the lower level, it's about 15 foot.
Okay, and then if I go all the way up to the top of the second story,
that'd be like 30 foot.
Okay, so I'm just gonna walk up as far as I can, and then if I get to the top, I'm I'm going to spread my wings.
Yep. All right. You climb high atop the second story with your legs still kind of climbing up and attached to the walls as your wings spread out, iridescent and glorious.
I walk up to Demiro from behind and I whisper into his ear, "Now's your chance to talk to Emil."
I don't seem in the conversational mood at the moment.
They're not coming in. You could go. Yeah, right.
I mean, she didn't even wave when I said hello.
That's because she couldn't see you from far away.
You're kind of under the impression that she's trying to lay low while Brimhammer's here.
Yeah.
I mean, if we took out Brimhammer, then that would give her an opening to become Alpha.
Absolutely, it would.
Yeah.
No, I was kidding.
He's like, this is the guy I was telling you about.
Sorry, super quickly, just before we go to Esther. Ipselis, apart from standing up on that ledge and spreading your wings out, do you actually do anything else?
I just want to look down at them and say, I know you won't step foot up here because your master is not nearly as powerful as he claims. Be gone.
Bum, bum, bum. Whoa.
I wasn't going to do this till later.
Uh-oh.
Roll a percentage. I'm going to do this. This is where I'm at. I'm going to roll a percentage because I love that you had the guts to do that. But there's something that you don't know.
Oh no, you're mean.
I am a very mean person. Honestly, I honestly thought you guys were going to go inside. 40. Sorry, did you make a percentage with that, or did you roll 2d10s?
Oh, I thought that I rolled a percentage. Here's percentage.
I thought you rolled
Yep.
2.
Percentile
Okay, no,
die.
that is a percentage. Okay, yeah, not that it matters.
That's a
Okay.
42.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. So Esther, before what is about to happens.
I suspect you're going to find out they won't go inside, and you're standing on the outside.
There's that. Esther?
I'm going to walk for Dick, because it was sending only the person you sent to hears you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just want to make sure I was remembering right. Can I approach the flower?
Yeah, it's just on the stoop, just right about there where I've put you.
Oh god. Oh god.
I just kind of kneel and then inspect the flower and well, I guess I don't have much time to say anything.
Yeah, as you pick up the flower, again, it is a black rose. It's actually quite a healthy black rose, it's not rotted or decaying or anything like that. And it has no magic or special function. It is simply a message. Now, Ipselis, as you say these words, you find yourself on the second story of the building. You say that your master has no power here, and to be gone. Immediately, Brimhammer takes a small step backwards, as do all the wolves.
What?
There is a
Sorry, guys.
there is a moment. There is an absolute moment of triumph that you kind of feel yeah, you better run. And that is when you realize that you are on the second story.
Oh.
And you are hanging onto the wall. And right behind you, right behind the wall that you happen to be on, is a large window. I need you to make me a perception check.
Oh no. What's the what?
Oh my god. Sure, because nothing bad ever happens after.
Oh, very nice. Your heart begins to race. Oh, let's do this. Actually, I've got this one.
What's happening?
Yeah, all right.
All right, here we go. Now I know. Okay, we are ending, right? But hold up. I've got this. This is just perfect. All right.
What's going on? Come on, that cannon, no.
Hold on. Here we go. All right.
No!
So, you start to hear your heartbeat in your throat. And something inside you screams. Screams. Don't turn around. Don't turn around. You swallow. It's almost like swallowing a marble. I now need a wisdom saving throw.
Stop yelling at me. Oh my god. Okay. All right. Oh, because I will never be able to get a decent wisdom save. Apparently.
Sorry, yeah, you still have the group inspiration. You still have the group inspiration. This is the last chance to use it. May as well.
It does suit your character.
It's up to you. You can use it or you
Can
can
I
choose
use
not to.
it?
Yeah.
If it's okay with everyone else.
No. It's everyone in the group got one. So yeah.
Oh yes, then I will definitely.
Oh.
Okay.
All right.
Oh.
For a moment, you're about to turn. You're about to turn your head, and you stop, and very cautiously
I won't do it.
and
I won't
carefully,
do it.
you carefully climb down. The werewolves click their tongues, and they say, "You cannot stay in there forever. The pack will have its pound of flesh, and we will rip it from your insides and use your entrails to mark our territory." And the wolves run into the woods. And that's...
And Ipsilis, having just this very delicate stomach after all the craziness that's happened in the last, 12 hours, just spits up on himself a little bit and pets his watermelon.
Why? All right. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we come to the end of today's session. Yeah! And by the way, I'd like to give a big shout out and thank you to Ira Janasi for the big ass donation for that werewolf encounter. Honestly, I like dungeon crawls, I like exploration, and I like stuff, but I like fights too. It's a shame we didn't get to the engagement, but don't worry, they will be around. And you know what? We got to create a really cool NPC because Brimhammer is actually not in the adventure. I've created him as my own original character, and I think he's going to work super well, especially given the new connection that we have with Ipsilis as well. But now we get to the meat and potatoes. Now we get to see Argento in this awesome castle. Now, before we go, as always, guys, we're going to give a quick and friendly, memorable moments to all of our lovely cast members. Give them a chance to just sort of express their favorite moment of the game. But we're going to do this super quick. So if you guys have something nice to share in chat, throw it out there, and then we're going to go on a raid. So, starting with Esther. Esther, what is your most memorable moment for today, please?
I think it was probably Ipswich just being totally unacquainted with the idea of emotions.
Yeah, no, that was a pretty good one. I did like that. Okay, Demira.
I thought it was just you kicking Vigag while he's down and stealing what he had left.
Yes.
I will take the rest of what he's got. The only thing I will be left with is a tattoo.
Yep, that's it. Yep, I destroy all of your stuff, and then what? I steal the rest of it. Because for those of you who weren't here, so for those of you who weren't here last week, Vigag lost all of his stuff, and we will.
Most of us.
Yeah, we will take the opportunity to show you that video in just a moment. Argento, what was your most memorable moment, please?
I think, following along with Tim there, it was just the whole red cap guy. I don't think I ever laughed that hard in this game. It was just really funny, the sort of interaction, and his continual being beeped out was just It's just like, yeah, it was kind of like that comedy that just, it went so much further than had you been saying the words. It made it really funny.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. I couldn't agree more. Could not agree more.
Same with words.
Okay. Next up, Neil.
The only thing I could think of when you brought in the red cap guy and you pull off his hat, I immediately thought of Tales from Alestria with the wedding. They pull off his top hat. He's like, oh, he just like died from pulling the hat off.
Oh my god!
And I'm like, what? I could.
Yeah,
I
no,
was just
happens all the freaking
Oh
time.
my god! I was so happy. I'm like, yes, you brought that back. Yeah.
Awesome.
That guy
And
was awesome. I forgot what his name was.
and last but not least, Kyle. Memorable moment.
Today for me, it was such a delight to screw up my wisdom roll, get to go try to steal something from a red cap, and then accidentally murder him.
That was funny. I love red cap. They're so vicious and they're such assholes, and then they just die. Which I find the funniest thing in the world. Like, it's my favorite thing to do is kill red caps like that. No, I'm glad you guys got to enjoy that too, because I wanted a random encounter. That's what we did, and yeah, it was great. It was nice, short, sweet, and beautiful. All right, now we got a couple of nice things that were said in the chat, which of course the flashback was mwah! Yes, chef kisses. Thank you, Penhead. I did also enjoy the flashback. The Banshee's kiss was pretty awesome. Unexpected bloody hat grab murder was also freaking fan freaking tastic. Thank you for Witchy Mama Tristan. Great stream. Thank you, Karen. Flashback was awesome. Yep. Favorite moment, McBluff's animatic, which we will show in just a moment. Nice job from Jim Speckles. Nice group, very engaging. Thank you so much. And you know what? These guys are Patreons. These guys are actually people who are here because they have signed up to the Dead Aussie Gamer Patreon and get to come play with me because that's what we do. I'll be starting up a new game very soon. More details on that to come. I don't know what we're going to play yet, but yeah, we've got some new people joining us, including Io Janasi and her partner who will be coming and playing with me. So that's awesome. Very excited for that. Thank you for the follow, Uzziah Healy. Uzziah Healy. Ooh, I like that. I was so unaware that would happen. Yeah, killed the red cap too. Yep. You're late. Missed you. Love some fantastic stuff. Oh, yeah. Hi, Drew. Hi. Hi, Eric. We love Eric. Eric's also a very, very good friend. All right. Now, we're going to say goodbye to everyone. Goodbye to Clay, because we are going to go and raid Clay. But as we do so, we are going to very quickly view an animation made by the wonderful McKinley. So do stick around for that, and then we're going to go and raid. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for all your support. We will be back tomorrow for our rerun of the finale of our Through the Breach game, London Fall. Then Friday, we're going to be back for the Fist of the Ruby Phoenix. Then Saturday, we will be doing Strange Aeon, where it's my birthday. It's my birthday stream. Yeah,
happy birthday!
Thank you. Look, it won't be anything special. It'll just be me playing with my friends, and that's kind of what if you do something you love all the time, exactly. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be great. So there you go. Damn, I joined right at the end. You know what, Isaiah? Thank you for joining anyway. It doesn't matter if you join my stream for like 1 second or if you join for the whole thing. I love having you here. I appreciate the fact that you've given me your time of day, because as much as you guys love what I do here, I value you and your time just as much. So thank you for stopping by, and hopefully we'll get to see you enjoy some of the other stuff. And if you want to, bam, there it is. You can go and check out the VODs. I have a YouTube channel, and if you follow the YouTube channel to the live episodes YouTube channel, that's where this is right now. So you can come check those out. And come hang out on my Discord, because I love talking to people on Discord. All right, now we're going to go say bye, everyone. And guys, till next time, as always, from me to you, game hard or die trying. Bye, everyone. I'm also going to ask my players to be quiet while the trailer's on, because they can hear you at the same time. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
All right, here we go.
So I didn't really get a chance to actually interact. So I didn't really get a chance to actually interact with people. I could sort of see how they handle themselves. But this time it was just watching the utter, every fabulously terrible decision. You know? And I felt like if I'm going to fit, I need to start making some of these decisions, and we now have a ring that is the ring of all bad decisions.
Yep, we have, and of course we have Esther right in the center of it going, oh my god, what is going on?
So I didn't really get a chance to actually interact.
All right, so there you go. That was the whole thing, and it was amazing. It was absolutely incredibly done. I'm gonna play it one more time while we wait for the raid. But look at that.
With people, I can sort of see how they handle themselves. But this time it was just watching the utter every fabulously terrible decision. And I felt like if I'm gonna fit, I need to start making some of these decisions, and we now have a ring that is the ring of all bad decisions. Yep, we have, and of course we have Esther right in the center of it going, oh my god, what is going on?
All right. Okay, so real quick, hi, welcome, Corsairs Coves. Guys, we are, well, you know what, just give me a second, because we just finished. Literally, we just finished. We're just walking out. We're out of here. We're outdoor, guys. We're outdoor, but we're going to go raid a friend, okay? So, first of all, thank you so much to Corsairs Cove. I got to check out some of your stream today. It was a beautiful stream. Absolutely beautiful stream. If you have not checked him out already, please be sure to go check out Corsairs Cove. We are now going to go and play around with our dear friends, Play Nerd Ally, because they are wonderful. Guys, stay wonderful, stay amazing, stay cool, and stay awesome. And guys, till next time, as always, from my table to yours, game hard! Or die trying. Bye, everyone!